Hey y'all, welcome back to Mahogany Sweets. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you want to. I would appreciate it. Also, this channel is not monetized, so if you would like to donate, you can do so at Cash App, Cianise, capital CIA, capital NISE, all one word. Thank you. Okay, I wanted to come and talk to you guys about the story, right? It was on Baller Alert, where it says mother accused of throwing her 2 young children out of second-story window in New York. Well, the man, he did a video and he was saying that when he heard something fall, he was downstairs and he heard a baby crying and then the thump, right, and seen all that. He said when he came out or went over to where the action was, he seen the mother picking up the baby and dropping the baby again and again, because they were only from 2 stories, so this wasn't fatal for all 3 of them. And it's tragic, but here, let me read to you what it says. It says, a mother in New York City is accused of throwing her 2 young children out of an apartment building window before later jumping out herself. According to people, the 24-year-old, so this is a 24-year-old mother of 2 children, who has not been identified, reportedly threw her 1-month-old baby girl and her 2-year-old son out of the 2nd-floor window of an apartment building in Brooklyn over the weekend. That matters. A 1-month-old and a 2-year-old. Authorities received reports of serious injuries before they arrived at the Rockaway Parkway building around 11:24 a.m. 11:24 a.m. matters too. This is a tragic story, right? And I get we all want to be angry. How dare her? She deserves to die. She needs to be hung, beaten, thrown under a jail. Because I had those emotions too. But what it also made me think about is postpartum depression, stress, being single mother, having these babies. So that's 2 children in diapers, 2 children most likely still on bottles, needing to be nursed, needing to have everything done for them. So it made me think, okay, if she's a single mother, possibly no help, right? We was in a pandemic, lockdown. Fathers, it didn't mention them or where they were, if they were involved. So you have this 24-year-old woman possibly facing postpartum. She got 2 children now that are very young. And then we talking about that 1-month-old. She basically just got out the hospital from having this baby. Body hasn't even completely healed back up. Sleep deprivation, dehydration, lack of food for fueling her body and stuff like that, which fuels the mind. Sleep, as well as food, fuels your mind. It helps it function at its highest capacity and stuff like that, right? And then having these babies, emotional stress. So it just made my heart go out and look at the fact that us as peers, as family members and stuff like that, we all know, if you are a mother, that women take care of the children before themselves. I remember when I was a mother, I did not suffer postpartum depression, but there was a lot of sleepless nights. There was a lot of times where I didn't have time to actually sit down and eat a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having to just grab stuff on the go, shove it down my throat, stuff like that. When the baby sleep, I still couldn't get sleep, because now I'm like, okay, I can finally get you out my arm. Let me go and wash these clothes. We gotta wash the clothes. I gotta clean. I gotta do this. I gotta shower, clean my own body and stuff. So it just made me think about that. Like 24, 2 kids in diapers. She did this at 11:24 a.m. in the morning. She didn't get a full night's sleep with a 1-year-old. She had to wake up at least, the babies feed every 2 hours. So that means that she had to wake up at least 3-4 times if she went to bed even at midnight, right? And I just started visualizing her holding one baby in her arm with the other one on her leg while she's trying to fix dinner, telling the baby, hold on, it'll be done in a minute. Just let me get the food done. This one crying, okay, here, I got to try and make a bottle. This one want to play. This one want me to change TV. Mommy, here, my diaper need to be changed. This one got to change. And it just had me thinking about all of the pressure and stress and fuel that you gotta have to be able to care for small children, and how she probably was depleted of it all. She probably was dehydrated. She probably was well, I know she was sleep deprived for a fact. Waking up and didn't get enough sleep, and the baby screaming and crying to need her, and she couldn't take it anymore. She couldn't take it. She snapped. and said, thank God she was only on the second floor window, because I believe that all 3 of them did survive and are in the care of the hospital. But it just had me thinking, instead of us jumping to want to demonize, we need to start listening more. You got friends who got small children, even if the father is in a household, because we all know women do a tons lot more than what a man does, right? Because technically, the man being in the household is just having another child, all right? Because you still got to clean his clothes, cook his food. He asking you too when dinner done, so not, you get what I'm saying? So it just made me start thinking about all of that, and how we got those friends with kids. No, especially if newborn kids out of the hospital, go and bring them to cook meals. So that's one less thing on her plate she got to try and do with 2 small babies, or 3 or 4, or even 1. Go in and take dinner over and feed the baby so she can have her hands free and actually sit there, relax, and eat her meal. You go in and supply the food and hold the baby and feed the baby, and feed the other baby or other kids, look after them. So that's one less thing she gotta try and do, is feed everyone else, because she can't eat. She don't got time to eat. You get what I'm saying? Go and say, here, it's this morning, I'm gonna let you sleep in, girl. Here, go and get back in your bed. I'm about to take the children to the park. And that's whether you a mother, a brother, their uncle, their cousin, their best friend. Go and pitch in and start helping. It took a village to raise children, and that was for a reason, okay? It's a reason why they say that. Teaching, training them, yes. But also with these type of things, and helping with, and giving a hand in to help in these kind of way to help relieve their stress from their body, from out of their body, from out of their mind. Get them out the house. They stuck in the house, or anywhere they go, they having to carry little babies. It's draining, physically draining and exhausting, and the body still ain't even healed up at that point in time, clothes back up and stuff. Let's start pitching in more with women who have children. Let's be a village for them again. Let's be a support system for them again. When your friend's sitting there talking to you, because it made me think about conversations and things that we hear people throw out, and we just take it as they talking when they like, oh man, these kids driving me up, but damn boy, I need to get out this house. Because they don't reach their max. They're telling us, they're screaming out to us, I need help. I'm at my wit's end. I need a good night's sleep. I need to be able to just eat a meal in peace, without someone trying to eat off my plate, clawing at me. Because my son was like that. When he was growing up, yeah, let me tell you what he do. I would make our plates. We got the exact same thing. My son literally would sit there and he would look back and forth. I'm talking 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years. He would look back and forth for both of our plates to make sure that they had the exact same thing on it. And then he still, for some reason, felt what was on my plate just had to be better than what was on his. So for the first 5-6 years of my son's life, if I actually had the time to sit down and eat next to him, or eat with him, should I say, I couldn't eat no plate to myself. But the majority of the time, no. What are we doing? You making a food, making a meal, and then you passing it to them for them to eat their food. Before you can't even really sit down and eat your food, because oh, here you need to bring this condiment, you need to get the napkin and wipe this up. You gotta hand feed that baby so they ain't making a mess. They still learning how to use a spoon, a fork, drink out the cup and stuff like that. So you still not being able to sit down and say, I can relax. I can take off my hats, my roles as being maid, doctor, nurse, teacher, cheerleader, nanny, food, like chef. I can take off my hat and just eat a meal to myself. People don't know how important that is until they have children and can't do it, okay? Or like I said, with sleep deprivation. So I think that it was accumulation of all those things, being stressed. It ain't no telling if the baby fathers was running her rapid. It's no telling, probably dealing with financial issues too. On top of having 2 small children where around the clock I'm having to give care to them. And a lot of y'all can sit here and say, she the one who tells her how them kids. She did that to herself. She should have thought about that. If the fathers wasn't around, that's who she chose. That's her fault. Okay, yeah. We can go and talk a whole lot of crap about what coulda, shoulda, and wasn't done or done right. The thing is, the children are here. She's raising human beings. It takes a village to do that, and she deserves help regardless. Because, like I said, most of the time, whether the father's involved or not, it's the women taking the brunt of it. But let's not look at point the fingers of what she did wrong, and just look at the fact the children are here now, and they need support. They need a shoulder, a village to uplift them and help them. And we can take the time to do that. You can take 2-3 hours a week and say, here, let me get the kids so you can nap, so you can shower, so you can go out to the grocery store and don't have to worry about while you're trying to concentrate on what groceries are getting, all that. You got a baby crying, you got the other one trying to throw everything in a basket. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes into it. It's a lot with children. So it just made me not only ache for the children after I calmed down from being pissed off that a mother did this to their own children, but I then ached for her. And then I then ached for how many around her she needed that weren't able to be there for her, didn't see the signs that these kids got me wanting to jump out this window. Girl, I'm so tired and sleepy. I wish I didn't have this newborn. Like, just ignoring us. Like, because we laughed that stuff off when we were like, oh, I'm going to kill these damn kids. They're getting on my nerves, right? You look at that as just fodder. It is messaging. It is a cry for help. And most of the time, they don't even be laughing. So we can't even say that they're just joking, even though we laugh it off. Right? Let's pay more attention to those around us and actually listen and hear what it is they're actually saying. Let's aid mothers, whether they're a single mother or not. Let's help aid them. Give them some relief. There's no telling how much that probably would have stopped her break if she had someone even once a week coming and she was able to get a couple of more hours of sleep. She was able to eat a full meal. She was able to get some fresh air. You get what I'm saying? It just made me look at it that way. So I hope that she gets the medical attention and care that she needs. I hope that people in her community and family give her support, because once she's back from out of this break, trust me, she's going to feel horrible about that. Unless she already has mental illness, but most likely, no, that was just a snap and a breaking point. This happened in the morning. She ain't getting no full night's sleep or rest. Probably hadn't ate an actual real or decent meal in days since before the baby was born. So I just hope that they support her, they understand, they rally behind her, and that how we can make sure this doesn't happen to future women and children, and even men. That's the other thing I'm like. When men snap for the same reasons, we automatically write them off as just the most evil in the world. But for women, we give them the break and the benefit of postpartum depression, right? And yes, she's the one carrying it, and she's more likely to suffer it. But no, as some men fathers, they at home with babies all day too. And their patience and nurturing in the way that we nurture is different from ours, right? And the level of it is different. So for them, that could be hard and a struggle too. Them having to make them bottles, the crying, the diapers, the can't do nothing to go nowhere without having to tote this baby around. Because that's what I used to say. I used to tell people all the time, after I had my child, I said, no, the real ball and chain is the child. Your man or your woman, you ain't got to pick them up, dress them, wash them, put them in a car seat or stroller and tote them around, put them in and out the car when you go in and stuff like that. That's the real ball and chain. I put the muscle in my dang chest from having to pick up this baby nonstop. Oh, I got to go to the store. Now I got to carry the grocery bags, right? Plus the baby, plus my purse, and I'm constantly picking up, lifting down, the car seat, all that. That's weight. That's strenuous. That's taxing on the body. That's draining. So then we look, though, at parents like, they left that baby in a car? Because then their mindset was like, oh, I'm only going in for 5 minutes. This the second store I've been to. I already had to constantly pick the baby in and out. They can stay right here for a minute. No, I get it. And I'm not going to discredit or demonize them for some of the decisions that they've made while parenting, because it's not the easiest job in the world, and it is one that takes all of you, and it is an around-the-clock job, and you do put yourself to the back, because we have to do everything for them. They're in need of us. So I think that she was just overstressed. We can prevent this from happening for mothers and fathers and young children by lending a hand, being the village of support, going and not just sitting in her face, watching her struggle and do everything in front of you. No, telling her, girl, here, I came over, sit down. You sit down, we gonna chit chat, have our girl talk, but here, I'll do these dishes, I'll do this loaded. Something that simple could help. a mother or father. I do these dishes. Here you ain't gotta cook. I brought over dinner. Here I'm gonna take the kids to the park. Give you a little free time, some silence. Y'all don't even know how much silence is important until you have children. You don't have it. Silence is important, especially when the alternative is to hear screaming and crying or mama, dada 24/7. Yes, mothers can get tired of hearing mama. Like, if I hear that word one more time, I'm going to kill myself. You get what I'm saying? So, I think that we need to start being there for our people. Just think about it. Just consider it. Like I said, if you have any friends or family who just had children or who already didn't had them, go help them out sometime so they can have some self-time, some reboot time, some regeneration of patience, of nurturing, of understanding, of energy, of help them out. That's all. So I hope that y'all receive this and that y'all do this. I know I want to do it. I do have friends and siblings who have children. Well, actually, for my siblings, right, I was that for them. Now that I thought about it, unknowingly, I was their village. I used to get my nieces and nephews all the time from the time that they were born. And one of the things, which it makes sense now that I understand and look at it this way, some of my sisters, when they would come over, or we'd be at family gatherings, should I say, I literally would have to do everything, like, for the child. Like, they would just mingle and stuff, and the kids come to me, here, I gotta use it. Here, I'm hungry, I want this, da, da. I was the one who did all that. And now, it used to get on my nerves after some years. I'm like, okay, now your parent is here. Why am I still the one doing babysitting duties or whatever? And one day my sister had said that. She was like, no, yeah, I'm taking advantage of this time where we surrounded by the village. I'm going to take advantage of it. Yes, please, can you tend to my child so I can just enjoy myself while we out? So I think that we need to start doing that for our loved ones. Tend to be the village for those with children, because it's taxing. Being a parent is the hardest job in the world. It takes the most from out of you because all your attention, time, love have to go to your children. Let these people with children get some free time to sleep, to shower, to eat, to go hang out, to relax, to de-stress before they have to get back into a house full of mama, 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 or daddy, daddy, daddy. Gimme, 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 I want. Fix this, fix that, that hurt, boo, boo, tearing up stuff. Give them their free time.